Welcome to the Queen's Kitchen, and today we're going to incorporate some Salisbury steaks. So, I already have had some hamburgers, and I added in some onions and some different cup of soup mix. So we already got a lot of our Salisbury steaks already half finished, not all the way done, but not all the way cooked up through either. We are in there trying to cook some Salisbury steaks. So, I want to show you guys how these steaks that I already had it, and I already have it together. As you see, clean the bottom on them, and all we want to do is just sear the bottom on the steak. And that's what I'm doing. Of the bottom going on them. And that's about it. Are you hanging out? So that's what I have in my plan is Salisbury. And we got another batch to make before we could just heat up our pan and are ready. In the meantime, we could be heating up our mashed potatoes and getting that going. And that's what we got to do. I'm going to add in a stick of butter, potatoes, pull them out. Then I'm not going to cook them all the way through. Okay? We're going to add some more to it. And that's how you want them to look. I'm going to add some more into the pan, the last batch. Into the pan. We're going to let these cook until they start looking just like these. Alright, I'm going to set these to the side. So I'm going to cover these. Just give them a little cover from smoothing. And then I'm going to wash my hands. And then finish up on the mashed potatoes that we were already working on. I added a stick of butter to the mashed potatoes. Another stick of butter. Yes. And the butter helps this potatoes break up very easy because it melts down into the hot potatoes. These are going to be garlic mashed potatoes. We're going to add in a little bit of cream into these. Honey nut and cream into the potatoes. And we'll stir. And they're coming out very beautiful. Okay, leave that over there. Let it sit on low. We're going to check on these again. And we're going to flip them. Because we're not going to cook them all the way through. And the reason why we're not going to cook them all the way through because we're going to make some gravy for them. And then we're going to put them back down into the gravy with some mushrooms. And then we're going to let the gravy just smother all over these Salisbury steaks. And that's how you make Salisbury steak. You cannot make Salisbury steak if you don't have the gravy for the Salisbury steak. But that's how you make it. Okay, you guys? And you can put whatever vegetables you want with it. But to my Salisbury steaks, and to my gravy, I like to add a little cream of mushroom soup to mine. But you can add whatever you please to yours, but that's the way I like to do mine. After I make the gravy, I like to add in a little bit of cream of mushroom soup. And that's just to give it a little bit more mushroom gravy. But you don't have to if you don't want to, okay? But you do need flour, okay? You need like 1 cup of flour to this. You use the same drippings, okay? And after you get this out, use the same drippings. Once you get a crust on, like I showed you the burgers, and once you get a crust on them, now you don't have to put the onions into yours if you don't like onions and bell peppers and things like that in your meat. You don't have to do that. I do that because I like it into my meat. But you don't have to incorporate that into your meat. No, you don't. I do it because I enjoy it in my meat, okay? But you do need to use an all-purpose flour. And I'm just trying to let these finish up and get a little crust to them. But they're not going to be all the way cooked up. And this is the way I make my mashed potatoes. I have a potato masher, but I just love to, I can show you how I whip them. See how it's whipped? I just love to beat it with my spoon and then I thicken them at the same time because I let it thicken on a low heat. Okay? Let's let that get a little bit more of a crust to it. And then we get ready for our flour to go in. And then I have to open cream of mushroom. I hate when I hide my can openers. I hate when I have to find that can opener. I really do. I don't like looking for can opener. I don't. I just don't. Get this out. Okay, we're taking them out now. And like I said, I'll cook them on low so they're not all the way cooked through. I'll find a place for them. And cook to your family size. Because that's what the same thing I'm doing is I'm cooking to my family size, okay? Alright. Now, we're going to add in the onions. Because I told you I had 2 onions that I left half for our gravy. I'm just going to let that brown up and use those drippings from the half of the meat. And that's going to make a beautiful broth gravy inside this. Okay, you guys? This is going to make a beautiful broth. Put it back up a little bit. Okay, we just want to sweat these onions out just a little bit, not too much, because you're going to add it to your okay, guys, here go our flour. Now, this is a cup. You don't have to use this is 1 cup of flour. That's all it is. 1 cup of flour, okay? We're going to let that brown up a little bit. Just a minute. I'll clean my mess up a little bit here. This flour does scatter everywhere for some reason. Okay, now we want to take our flour and stir it around in our pan. That's going to make a lot of gravy, that 1 cup. So if you don't need a lot of gravy, just use a half a cup. Okay? Don't use a whole cup. Use a half a cup. But you don't want your gravy to burn either, okay? Okay. Now, once you get that well incorporated in that pan, you want to take some water. And I'm not going to use broth because I want to teach you how to make gravy with the water. And this right here is about, says I use 1 cup of flour, and this is like 3 to 4 cups of water. And I'll let y'all see this gravy in just 1 minute. And we just gonna let this cook down. So you don't always have to use the broth in this gravy. You can use water, or you can use chicken broth, or you could just put in a chicken bouillon cube or a beef bouillon cube to this gravy. It don't always have to be broth. You can use water. Just keep stirring it because you want to cook out that flour taste. And all your flavors are going to start coming together. It's going to start thickening. So if it gets a little thick while you're moving your spoon, you want to add a little bit more water. Because you want, make your gravy to however loose you want it to be. You want it to be thick, then you make it thick. You want it to be loose, then you make it loose. Okay? But I'll let y'all see this gravy in just a minute. Like I told y'all, I use all those drippings at the bottom of my pan. Okay? Knock my spoon down just a little. Once they became popular for the white students. Just a little. And I did mine this way because I'm going to add in that cream of mushroom soup. But you don't have to. You could just keep it this way. And if they could do more than that, they might actually become equal. Okay? So I'm going to add a little bit of my cream of mushroom soup to this. And this is just one can because I'm cooking for a big family tonight. And you see it starts popping. And if you want your gravy darker than this, but I didn't want that dark gravy. I wanted a white gravy. Okay. Add a little bit more water to this. Because I want it a little looser. Because I wanted to cook this meat, finish cooking this meat. This gravy has to finish cooking the meat. And I'm going to add my meat to this now. And remember, your meat's going to give it the flavors too. So I'm going to add my meat now down in here. And you might want to cut your stove down on a low if you're not used to all the popping that it's going to do. Because it's going to do that. Gravy gets hot like grits. So gravy will start popping. We'll start popping. You're not used to cooking gravy. Legislation of 1956. One of the major bills create something called the sovereignty provision. Okay. I'll let you guys see this in just a minute. My pan is all really. You gotta keep stirring it and stirring it. So your bottom won't, make sure your bottom's not going to stick there. And put it down on the low, see there? Put it on the low, see? Because that gravy will start boiling over on you. See my gravy? It's not where I want it yet, but it has the cream of mushroom soup in there. So I want it like a white gravy tonight. And then we're going to add the rest of this and let it cook on a low. One more meat, we're going to stick to this. And I see a lot of people that they take their drippings right here, these drippings that are left over from the meat. See these drippings there? That are left over from the meat, and they add it in there, but I'm not going to add it because it's from the hamburger meat not being all the way cooked. So I'm just going to discard that because I don't know if you could get sick from that. It's like a bloody from the meat not being cooked. The meat drains the juices summertime, drain it to your dish, and I don't want that to happen. So I want this to cook on a low heat because I want my meat to be well incorporated and I want it to be tender at the same time. And you can eat this over biscuits. Okay, I'll let you guys see this. And we're going to put these over mashed potatoes. Okay? So, I'll let y'all see that. See that? Okay? You see my meat down in there? It's just bubbling. And it's heating up. And I'm going to let that cook on alone. And we're going to put those over mashed potatoes. Okay? Now, while that's bubbling, I'm going to add in a couple of these. And this is nothing but a couple of, because I told you I'm making mushroom gravy. So this is nothing but a couple of my mushrooms going in here. Okay? And we're going to let it sit down and simmer and let those mushrooms simmer in. And we're going to add some to this while that's simmering. We're going to add in our parsley flakes. Oops. That's just to give it a color, to make it look good. That gravy look good and very delicious. And it's not going to do nothing but just cook down. Anyway, I think you guys got the hint of all this. I'm going to let that do what it's going to do. Okay, you guys? So stay tuned for part 2 of this because I showed you part 1. So stay tuned for part 2 when all of this comes together and all this gravy cooks together. And taste your gravy to make sure that's the way you want it to taste. If not, add more to your gravy if that's not the way you want your gravy to be. And, like I said, stay tuned. And this is our cream of mushroom soup and Salisbury steaks. I'll let you guys get another look while I have the mushrooms down in there, and we're going to let the mushrooms come to a simmer. Let those mushrooms simmer down and cook through there, and let those hamburgers cook. And it's nothing but just a little white gravy. That's all it is. And we're going to put that over our mashed potatoes. So stay tuned for part 2 once this gets done. God bless from the Queen's Kitchen. God bless.